Hi everybody, my name is Brian Delangel, and this is Yours to Keep, the interview Q&A, quick Q&A. I'm going to be answering some questions that Alicia asked on Instagram, and and yeah, like it's going to be fun to kind of share some details about the album. But we're also going to be baking a cake, strawberry ice cream, my mind. But yeah, so the first step to this is to heat the oven, and I already preheated that, so that's cool. We're gonna use this pan. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I'm super tired and I will probably like just yap the whole time, but I have a cup of milk instead of water because we don't use water here. But my sister is gonna ask me the question. She's right behind the camera, so everybody say hi. Comment down in the chat below.
Bro.
Riz.
Queen.
Riz? Ew.
Ew, that was really cringe of you. Okay.
Sigma.
The crickets?
Do I add them?
Okay, yeah, you should. Okay. So first question.
Okay.
What was the hardest song to write on the record?
Okay, so the whole record itself is just like, I believe I wrote this in my blog. It's just about my codependency in a lot of relationships in my life, especially romantic relationships. So I believe the hardest song to write in the album was Deep End. Not because of the content of the song, just because there was so much that I wanted to say in such a short amount of in such a short amount of lyrical content / song time. But it is one of the longer songs in the album. It's around almost 4 minutes long. So yeah, but that was the hardest song to write, and to record it was a pain too, just because couldn't really get my vocals right and everything. It was just a mess. It was not fun, but it is a very rewarding song in the album, just because it sets up the album for something that is like very heartbreaking, like a breakup. And yeah, I really enjoy its placement on the album, but also writing it and fixing lyrics that I thought shouldn't be there, but also adding some on at the very end. That was one of the songs that I knew that I had to fix before dropping the album, which is why it was delayed by a week. Yeah.
Okay, so what was your easiest song to write on the record?
The easiest song was probably the intro of the album, Blue Jeans. Yeah, so Blue Jeans was the easiest song to write just because I knew what I had to say and what I could say. And then the song, yes, Blue Jeans was the easiest song to write. And it's a really cute, sad song. And it's the shortest song on the album. It's like around 1 minute and 30 seconds, I believe. But I really like it.
Okay.
Next question.
So this question is about the color. Why red?
Well, that was the only clean shirt that I had. Low-key. But I think red is such an emotional color, and because I knew that Strawberry Ice Cream was the first song that was going to be dropped in the record, just because it makes sense. Oven is ready. It makes sense to put Strawberry Ice Cream out first, or it made sense to put Strawberry Ice Cream first, but I think it kind of made its own little chapter, in the album sequence. I was angry, but I was also very sad, more sad than anger. But towards the end of the album, you kind of see my feelings from regret and loneliness and shoot, I should have done this, I should have done that, and to kind of damn, I gave it my all, I did so much, and now I'm having panic attacks because of this. And not just because of the person, who did this, or the people who did that, but more so because life is just super hard. So I think red was a perfect color. It's angry, but it's also lovey-dovey, and it's also very emotional, and it's a very dark color, or it can be pretty dark. So red because of that. And I also chose green, to do the background outside, just because it's an album that is meant to kind of be perceived in the outdoor area, just because outdoors is very peaceful, very calm, and then you could just hear me, yap in your headphones or whatever. So yeah,
Okay.
Outdoors is a good.
So the next question is a little deep, personal. Who is this album about?
Oh. The people who I wrote the album about know who they are. I actually asked, well, I didn't ask for permission from them, but they know that I wrote music about them, and I don't know if they were okay with it or not, but at least there was a warning beforehand that I was gonna write about this. And as musicians, I feel like you always write about breakups and sad stuff, but like the good times you never write about, and that's what kind of happened, which was kind of sad. But and I love to write sad music, so yeah. They know who they are. That's all I'm gonna say. Actually, the songs are about you. The song is about you.
What song?
What are the songs? Strawberry ice cream.
Strawberry ice cream.
Idiot.
sorry. Okay.
Okay, the cake looks pretty good.
Wait, that actually does. I like the color.
Tu mama.
Okay.
What question is next, though?
Will you be dropping a deluxe?
Drum roll, please. I will be dropping a deluxe. The title is actually pretty cool, or y'all can probably already figure it out or whatever, but I will be dropping it in either November or December of this year, just to kind of end the Yours to Keep album cycle. And I'm really excited. The new songs that I've been working on, have been pretty cool. Very different from the sad portion of the album. This one's more like a, where am I now in the healing process? And I think I'm just in the kind of, okay, it happened, like what's next? Like, do we still see each other? Do we not see each other? Do we go back? Do we not? So it's less sad, but more so what's up? And we're back. I'm about to drop the cake in the pan. This isn't even a cooking video anymore. It's just me being dumb.
Question. I Know This Feeling Will Pass has a sample. Why did you choose to use it?
Yes. Okay, so y'all haven't heard the album, and when I drop this, y'all won't hear the album yet, but I wrote about it in my blog, which y'all should read. It was pretty good. But I Know This Feeling Will Pass has a really cool interpolation. I think that's how you say the word. I'm not sure. Yeah. And it is the song I Know You by Faye Webster. And that song is a very good song if you haven't heard it. It dropped a really long time ago, and I just heard it like this year. So sad.
That's insane.
I know. Because of TikTok. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh.
I actually got it on my radio. No. But I forgot to put the eggs.
Brian! Oh my gosh, how tired are you? Wait, that happens.
The beginning of the song has like a little I know from I Know You. So it's just makes sense just because I Know You is a very sad song. It's I'll do anything that you want me to do for you. But in my head, I'm just not in that mentality anymore, and I know this feeling will pass. And I almost sort of talk about myself more than anybody else. So I Know This Feeling Will Pass is about me. And the Faye Webster song is I Know You, it's about another person, but it just like contradicted itself a lot. So I think a contradiction is pretty reasonable. So
now we're recording him.
yeah, because the angles that I saw were not good.
Oh,
so this is how the cake looks. I know she looks not the best. Literally all the crunch parts. Putting icing though. The cake. I think the apple's rotten
Right to the core from Mama. Stop, I did it the wrong side. Okay, next question. Rank the tracks from... No, wait. A different tone of voice. Rank the tracks from... Shut up. Rank the tracks from fave to least fave.
So I gave this question a lot of thought because I asked Abby to ask this question. But my favorite song on the album right now is No Surprise, Everything. I think that just is so different from all of the songs on the album, and it was such a fun song to make or to write. I think Abby heard like me screaming 10,000 times just to get the right audio or the right tone of the song. Second favorite track is, I think Yours to Keep. The title track is just so good, and it's so... I think Yours to Keep is gonna be the most underrated song because it's so like mellow, so short. No, not so short. It's just, it sounds boring, but the lyrical content is just so amazing. I love what I wrote, and I hope y'all love it too. My third track is Blue Jeans, just because still in that era right now, so makes sense, you know. Fourth song is probably Strawberry Ice Cream or I Know This Feeling Will Pass. I'm gonna say Strawberry Ice Cream because, you know, I'm literally making a strawberry cake right now.
And I'm right here.
Yeah. And the last two tracks are probably I Know This Feeling Will Pass and Deep End. And I'm just putting those at the bottom just because those are the least mastered tracks on the record. So I noticed a lot of flaws in those two songs and I hate it. But yeah, I love all of them. So I don't have a least, or I don't have like a worst song or a song that I hate. It's just the order that I'm on right now. So, yeah.
Okay, next question. Talk about the album cover.
So the album cover Abby took for me. She's right behind me just because I didn't have anybody and I had just gone on a breakup, so I couldn't hang out with the person I was thinking about. So she was my last resort, but it was
what?
Oh look, I made it kind of pretty. But it was really fun though because we kind of just like spent like 10 minutes outside and there was mosquitoes biting both of us. You could literally see it in a photo shoot picture how there's like a full mosquito on my face. But it was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I just wore like whatever shirt that I had, and I kept a chain on me that I was gifted, and that's like a really big meaning in the Yours to Keep title, you know, because I was gifted that and it's mine to keep, and now the album is Yours to Keep. So yeah, kind of cringe, but kind of sweet.
Cringe.
The mama.
Okay, how'd you get so buff?
Okay, so that question was asked through Instagram. If you know, you know. But I don't know. I, like, seriously speaking, I think it's just about, like, I'm literally gonna eat cake on a Wednesday night, and that is okay. And it's just about control. It's about discipline. I force myself to go to the gym sometimes where I don't want to go and when I'm feeling super tired or super sad. And it pays off. I've actually lost 10 pounds in the past, 5 months, I believe, which is really, really good.
6 months since April.
Please.
Okay.
So yeah, like it's just about discipline and it's just about knowing that you're gonna better yourself. And that makes the biggest amount of difference, honestly. So yeah.
Okay. Where did you get your inspo for your songs? This kind of roots back to the other one.
Yeah, I think it's just like a culmination of a lot of like relationships in my past. It's just like my relationships in my past, honestly, and the album is just so fresh. And this is the first album that is about me in a really long time. All of my previous albums have been about other people and like me explaining their stories or what they're going through. And I feel like this one is finally like just about what things that I am going through. Of course, involving other people, but it's actually coming from like a place of like real honesty, and like that's the scary part, but it's also the most rewarding part.
Okay, this is the last question.
Last question.
What is the main thing you learned this year?
What is the main thing I learned this year? Learn to be by yourself. I think some days are really, really hard to be by myself because I just get a lot of overthinking and a lot of like a bunch of trauma just comes back to me. But once you learn to be by yourself, like you can kind of do anything, which I know is really cringe. But you learn that you will be okay by yourself. And I think that's like the most rewarding part. So learning to be by myself has been the biggest thing that I have learned this year. Yeah. You forgot to ask your question. Last question, y'all. This is
Last
so much
question,
fun,
I
very
guess.
personal. You're probably just gonna skip through this video, but
Is there any specific reason for involving oranges?
yes. So besides me barely like buying them at the store at HEB, I feel like the album's just very sad, like a lot of sour feelings, and oranges are obviously very sour, some of them. But they're also very sweet at the same time. It's a very like at first whenever you bite the orange and where you get like that first like squeeze or whatever, it's like stings you a little bit, but then afterwards like it tastes good. And like I think that's the biggest thing about the album. It's like, damn, like you're singing about this that I just went through, but it's like, damn, like you wrote a song about me, and like that meant a lot to you. So I think that was like the biggest reason why I used oranges. And besides, like I had just bought them. So I will show y'all the final result. Thank y'all so much, or I will take a video at the very end, but thank y'all so much for joining and asking questions, even though most of them were for me. I can't wait for y'all to hear the album tomorrow night for me, but tonight for y'all. And yeah, the album is now yours to keep.